One more chance to feel better and appreciate these surroundings. As you can see, it doesn't take much time or space. It's just you and your body and maybe a YouTube connection, which likely you already have. Nothing fancy today. It's just a few of my favorite poses to help you relax and stretch and feel better. This is Feel Better with Lauren. I'm Lauren. Hit like, notify, and subscribe, and give me a follow. Everything happens nice and low today. It's just to get your body stretched and relaxed and help you feel better. So we'll sit on our knees if we can and get rid of our stale air in through our nose, out through our mouth, and then we'll keep breathing through our nose the whole time, opening up the back of our throat like we're fogging up a mirror, but keeping our mouth shut. So in through our nose, out through our mouth. So we'll keep our mouth closed now and just breathe through our nose. Now come forward onto our toes. Stretch out the back of your feet. Put your arms a little closer. Put the eyes of your arms facing forward and just move forward and back. Stretch out our wrists on the way forward and our feet on the way back. Follow along with your breath. Maybe do some circles one way. And then the other way. Now put your palms about a couple inches apart from each other with the fingers pointing the side of the mat, and just do a few little circles that way as well. Keep stretching your feet as you go. Nothing should hurt here. It's just moving and stretching. If there's any sharp pain, then you shouldn't. You've gone too far. Just do little ones. Reverse, go the other direction. Come back onto your toes. Just stay there for a second and shake out your wrists a little bit. And then reach down and we'll go into child's pose. So big toes almost touching, knees apart. Sink your hips onto your heels if you can and just walk yourself out. Put your head onto the mat if you can. Stretch your hands out more if you can. One last breath. Now inhale, bring your hands behind you for another version of child's pose. And this sort of gets supported by your head. And just relax into that. If this is not comfortable, you can put your hands back to where they were. Just a couple breaths here. But we're going to transition into what's called rabbit pose, which is close to this. Now inhale, your forehead comes closer to your knees. Your hands go on your feet, and then you push up with your legs. Just pushing up a little bit, and you'll feel a stretch in your back. Might feel a stretch in your neck. Again, this should feel good. If it doesn't feel good, don't do it. Back onto your heels. Now forward to tabletop. Wrists below your shoulders, knees below your hips. And we'll just do some cat-cow here. 3 times one way. Inhale, your belly drops and your head goes up. Exhale, push all the way back and separate those shoulder blades. Inhale, belly drops, head up. Exhale, stretch out those shoulder blades. One last time. Inhale. Exhale. Now inhale. Your right arm goes all the way to the top. Exhale. Tuck it underneath. And put the side of your face onto the ground. Now inhale all the way back up again. Arm forward. And let's do the other side. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread that needle and rest your face on the ground. Inhale all the way up to the sky again. Arm forward and move back down into tabletop. Put your hands forward into a plank. Spread your shoulder blades again. Move around a little bit. Find that nice balance. Keep your core engaged. Now go forward on your toes, over your wrists, and slowly all the way down. Slow push up to the ground. Your hands go in front to Sphinx pose, which is your elbows below your shoulder. Flex your butt so that your back doesn't get strained here, and just sort of relax into that. So I'm not putting a lot of pressure on my elbows. I'm just letting my back sort of relax into a stretch. And then maybe I'll push up to seal pose if that feels good. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. Again, keep your butt nice engaged. And relax into that stretch. And drop back down. Maybe just move your hips a little bit to loosen them up a little bit after all that engagement. Now, your left arm is going to go out straight beside you, and your right leg folds, and then you're just going to push yourself over, stretch out your shoulder, and give yourself a nice stretch as well. Again, all this should feel relaxed. If that's hard on your shoulder, then put your shoulder over your head. You're just trying to get a little bit of engagement and stretch all around your core and your back. Just it should feel good. And slowly back. That's your right arm out this time. Your left leg bends. And you push over the other way. That way's a lot easier for some reason for me. Who knows what it is for you? My back just will pop a little bit there. It feels good. Just relax And slowly roll back. Shake out your hips again if you'd like. Go up on your toes. Now here you can go back to child's pose, which is cool. Or you can go on your toes, lift up your knees so that you flex your quads a little bit, and slowly push all the way back up. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to just drop our hips again for upward dog on our toes. Forward for a push-up, plank, and then back to downward dog. Find a good spot on your mat. We're going to just pedal that out, that first downward dog. Stretch out your back. You're going to hide your heels behind your feet there. That says that they're in line. And then once you've stretched a little bit, get that straight line. Your butt goes to the air. The straight lines between your wrists and your hips if you can. And then just stretch your legs out flatter or straighter, only to where it feels comfortable. So you want to feel engaged. Now up to three-legged dog. And then open stack if you can, or else stand three-legged dog and keep your shoulders squared off. Feels good to stretch on your hip. Now up high on your left foot, and your knee goes to your right elbow or close to it. Hold it there, and then we're going to cross over for pigeon pose. The further back your heel goes, the less strain it is on your knee. So I have mine pretty far back. Find that spot. If you want, this is a good spot to put a block or whatever so that you can relax into it rather than straining the muscle. And then from here, we sort of stretch up on our fingers and then slowly creep forward for a sleeping pigeon. You don't have to creep forward all the way down. You're really flexy. You can go all the way to the ground. Just to where it feels good, though. Slowly come up. Push yourself up. Remove the block if you had that there. And fall over onto your right hip. And we're just going to come out of it into a forward straddle fold. You want to try to hinge from your hips if you can, but you are stretching at your back. So you can curve your back a little bit. You're just not hunching yourself to try to get down. The name of the game is not to get down as far as you can. The name of the game is to feel that stretch. So arms all the way to the air, inhale, and then fall forward. And each time create a little bit of space, and then fall into that space. Last breath here. Slowly come up out of that. Cross your feet. Roll back over, and we'll go to that upward dog on our toes. Hips drop. Oh, that feels good. Forward for the push-up, up to plank, and back to downward dog. Take it nice and slow. Move with your breath. Do it in a way that feels good. And find that downward dog again. Inhale, left leg up this time. And then open stack it if you want, and you can. Get that hip stretch. Keep your shoulders squared. Up high on your right foot, bring your knee to your elbow. Hold that there for a sec. And then cross over for pigeon pose on the other side. Again, grab that block and put it right there if you want. Up on your fingers to get that stretch in your front and your stretch in your back. Keep everything engaged. And then slowly walk yourself down if you want, if it feels good. The sleeping pigeon. I go into my forearms. Maybe you go down all the way flat. And just until you're feeling that great stretch in your outer hip. And keep your foot here engaged. And move your foot up and back. You don't want to put too much strain on your knee. Again, this side is a little stretchier for me. Inhale, and we're going to push ourselves all the way back up. Stretch the other way, then back onto our hip. Pull our feet around, and we're going to do a seated forward fold. So the thing that is, unless you're already there and this is easy peasy for you, for me, I need to sort of sit into it. So I keep my legs bent a little bit, hold onto my toes, and just gradually straighten my legs until it feels stretched. And then I inhale, and I might get a little bit more. It's not about how deep. It's about feeling the stretch on our back. It's about creating space as we breathe in and relaxing to that as we breathe out. And each time I find it gets a little bit more. And then once I've sort of got to that limit, I'm just going to hold it for 3 breaths. And last breath. Slowly come out of that. Cross our legs and roll over. Hands planted. Again, dropping our hips to an upward dog on our toes. And then forward to a push-up, up to plank, and then back to downward dog. And then bend our knees, and let's walk forward to the top into a squat. Yes, definitely one of my favorites. Stretch out your back, straighten your back. Just going to roll at my wrists here as well. There's a crack. And then push up. We'll go all the way up. Out of frame for me. You get the idea. Hands above our head, and then back down again. Squat all the way down. I just really like this. And again, gracefully back. Sun's coming out into a reverse tabletop. Another one of my faves. So arms and feet pointed the same direction. And you're going to push up out of your heels. And you can put your head wherever you want it. Up, hanging back. Move it around a little bit if you want. And then you can slowly rock back and forth. Just don't strain your shoulders as you do this. Just so you feel a little bit of movement. Hips go down by your heels. Breathe in and up. Get some sun on your chest. And then sink back down. Last one. And inhale. Stretch forward. Reach as far as you can. Give a stretch the other way. And then back to happy baby. Again, one of the faves. You can go rock side to side and just sort of you feel that sort of massaging your spine a little bit. You can also put one leg forward and one leg, just sort of get all the kinks in that way. This will get you set up for plow pose that we'll do later. Back to happy baby. Crossover for figure four. Yeah, always makes me feel good. Probably from sitting too much. Lean to your left. Just pull closer to your chest. And cross your legs all the way over. Fan favorite, well, personal favorite, twisted root. Inhale, make some space, and then relax into that space. Let your body twist, but you're not forcing anything. Your hands on your knee just to, as a reminder to stretch that out. Back up to center. Knees to the chest just to straighten up your spine again. Cross the other way. It doesn't have to be your shin. You can grab your leg, your wrists. Keep your ankle flexed to protect your knee. Just roll a little bit onto your right, and then you can feel that stretch more on your left hip. And just tug it closer, but not so it hurts. Just so it's engaged. Inhale. Cross your legs the whole way. Twisted root on the other side. Back up to center. Again, hug your knees just to straighten up your back. And almost done into bridge. Dig in with your heels, push up with your pelvis. Tuck your shoulders under it, and your head should just be nice and relaxed and loose here. Don't crunch it up to your chest, it'll hurt your neck. And you're just pushing up, engaging everything here. You can put your hands together if some people like that, or you can stabilize. Feel your pelvis all open up. On your toes, arms above your head, and let's just go slowly down, just one vertebrae at a time. I sometimes get a little pop out of that. Hug your knees to the chest. Hold your breath for 5 seconds. And then put your feet to the four corners. for corpses pose. The sun's come out. Feel that sun on your face if you're lucky enough. Shoulders tucked beneath your chest. Your palms are open. You're relaxed. Relax your jaw. Everything should be just moving, relaxed. Take a few minutes here. Have a great day, and we'll catch you in the next video.
Always talk to your healthcare professional before starting a new regime. If you experience pain, discomfort, or dizziness, slow down or stop. These videos will become easier each day, but if it doesn't feel right today, go slower or move to another video. Listen to your body.